Hey y'all, welcome to June Vaud-VIDEO-Ham, the monthly online virtual variety show of the Bellingham Circus Guild. For those of you new to Vaud-VIDEO-Ham, let me explain a bit. To keep our beautiful circus space open, our practice space and venue, the Circ Lab in Bellingham, Washington, we both pay members' dues because the Bellingham Circus Guild is a co-op made of artists. And we also throw a monthly uncensored variety show open stage called Vaud-VIDEO-Ham. Well, since nobody can hang out in person right now, we are throwing an online Vaud-VIDEO-Ham called Vaud-VIDEO-Ham, where you are right now. And that means that if you are an art patron, you want to act like our in-person art patrons, maybe you've been an in-person art patron, or maybe you're tuning in from somewhere across the internet, Timbuktu or Tokyo or what have you, and you want to help out some circus artists far away, you can go to our donate link linked in the description of this video, and you can throw us a bone so that we can keep offering classes and shows to our community here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. I'll be your MC for this evening. I've been a member off and on of the Bellingham Circus Guild for the past 11 years, I believe, if memory serves. And I'm really excited to be bringing you this show tonight with the help of everybody who has submitted art. For our first act this evening, I'm happy and proud to present an act from a friend of mine who I've known from the West Coast Vaudevillian circuit for quite a number of years now. She recently moved from Portland down to Los Angeles to kick off a greater degree of performing in her career, just in time for all of the shows in the world to stop. But that means that she can come and perform for us and keep her skills sharp for when we all get to go back to doing this in person. You can see her at DallasCircus.com. That's DALLYS, not like the city. So please startle your pets by suddenly clapping really loud for the one and only Dallas Newton. Dallas Newton, everybody from Los Angeles, California. Dallas and I will actually be producing a different variety show together this Saturday as part of the World Juggling Day festivities produced by the International Jugglers Association. World Juggling Day is every June 20th, so if you have some time this Saturday, we recommend that you dip into that variety show as well, which you can find by searching around on the International Juggling Association's website at juggle.org. Our next act is a multifaceted artist from, all over, really. I was happy to meet her when we were both resident artists at the famous Circus warehouses of East Oakland, California, and happy again to see that she has landed in Bellingham on the other end of both of us spending some time off and on the road together as artists. She sings and dances and plays instruments, two of which you'll see her do right now, so please give it up for Bellingham's own Harmony Lyrics.
Keeping my heart light, oh, and free from fuss and free from pride. For thy love shines so bright, and with this light I write the night. Oh, and I need you to be just a little bit closer. Oh, I want you to be next to me, baby. Oh, and I need you to be just a little bit closer. Oh, yes, I want you to be next to me. So won't you let me know when to hold you, and won't you help me know when to let go? 'Cause I need you to be just a little bit closer. Oh, I want you to be next to me, and I need you to be just a little bit closer. Oh, yes, I want you to be next to me. Oh, and I will write the space, and I will write the space, and I will write on. I will write the space, and I will write the space, and I will write. Oh, and I will write the space, and I will write the space, and I will I will write the space, and I will write the space, and I will, 'cause I need you to be just a little bit closer. Oh, I want you to be next to me, and I need you to be just a little bit closer. Oh, yes, I want you to be next to me. So won't you come be next to me?
Our next act is Bree Bird, who I first met when she emailed me to tell me that the Vaud-VIDEO-Ham intake form was broken. It just shows that we're all kind of in this together as artists, and that we will all be experts at doing this online performance stuff just in time to go back to in-person shows. Bree is a competitive pole artist and instructor at Unique Technique Studios. Please give it up for Bree Bird.
This is gospel for the fallen ones, locked away in permanent slumber, assembling their philosophies from pieces of broken memories. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Their gnashing teeth and criminal tongues conspire against the odds, but they haven't seen the best of us yet. If you love me, let me go. If you love me, let me go. 'Cause these words are nice enough to leave scars. The fear of falling apart. Truth be told, I never was yours. The fear of falling apart. This is gospel for the vagabonds, ne'er-do-wells and insufferable bastards, confessing their apostasies, led away by imperfect imposters. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Don't try and sleep through the end of the world and bury me alive, 'cause I won't give up without a fight. If you love me, let me go. If you love me, let me go. 'Cause these words are nice enough to leave scars. The fear of falling apart. Truth be told, I never was yours. The fear of falling apart. 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 The fear of falling apart.
Well, it's not the circus if you don't bend a few rules, and that's why I think that Blinky and Chips decided to throw a wrench in the gears by submitting a Vaud-VIDEO-Ham video from February to June's Vaud-VIDEO-Ham. Now, those of you who have been coming to this show for a minute know that the rule of Vaud-VIDEO-Ham is that you can't do the same act twice. But that raised some questions for me. Is Vaud-VIDEO-Ham and Vaud-VIDEO-Ham the same show? Can you put art from Vaud-VIDEO-Ham into Vaud-VIDEO-Ham to try and skirt the one-time act rule? I don't know. I thought I'd let it slide this time, and hopefully before Vaud-VIDEO-Ham becomes made entirely of footage from old Vaud-VIDEO-Hams, we'll just go back to having all of our shows in person. Blinky and Chips, everybody.
The mats. I thought it'd be a good time to tell you all about Juggle Club. Happens here every Monday night, 7 p.m. Join it.
Ladies, it's a good opportunity for you to get a lot of personal attention.
And fellas, it's a great opportunity to play with your balls. All right. Next on the docket, we got Blinky and Chips doing something interesting. This, in fact, is their second world premiere of the human speed bump.
I thought all speed bumps were made out of humans.
Nope. Only here, the Bellingham Circ Lab.
Alrighty, here we go.
Woo-woo!
Best idea ever. You guys want to see my best idea ever?
Yeah!
Blinky, come on. Come here, try this. Blinky, come on, put that down. Blinky, come on. Blinky, try this. You guys want to see Blinky ride this unicycle?
Yeah!
That stuff is for Blinky, come on. Here we go.
Yeah, Blinky.
Whoa! There you go, buddy. Yeah. Okay, good. Then you're gonna put those two together. Now.
Yeah!
Okay, Blinky.
Woo!
All right. Okay. All right, Blinky. My best idea ever. Okay, quiet up. My best idea ever is to have a moment where everybody goes crazy after we do the human speed bump.
Yeah!
Okay. Now we're gonna set this up. Human speed bump involves a bed of nails. We do not have a bed of nails. We have the next best thing to a bed of nails that is soon to be world famous, like wildfire. The bed of Legos. You know these kids. You leave them on the floor and your parents hate you. No, your parents love you. Hey, bed of Legos. Looking good. Now, we're gonna put those two together. No, Blinky, Blinky, you're gonna be on your unicycle with the ball, spinning the ball. I will be on the bed of Legos with this board across me, a teeter board. And then, after he goes over it with the ball on his finger, that's when everybody goes, yes. We're gonna do this. Okay, warm your hands up with a drum roll. Bring it all up, baby. That's from the later show. And here we go down on the bed of Legos. Okay, spinning. Spinning. Okay, louder. Alright, here we go! That's all the time we have. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hey, what a stunt, eh? Those Legos look pretty dangerous. Also not introduced in the last act were our MCs for the February shows, Jill, Marissa, and Laura Paxton from the Seattle Circus community. They put on a really stellar act for the Valentine's Day show. They did well in mentioning that Juggling Club is another sort of vital activity of the Bellingham Circus Guild, though not qualified as essential in this time of pandemic, especially considering that we're always touching each other's clubs and stuff. That said, Memorial Day is usually when we do move Juggling Club from inside the Circ Lab out to Boulevard Park, and while we're not doing it yet, keep your eyes peeled and keep following that Bellingham Circus Guild newsletter and Facebook page and all that for information on when we'll be going back out to the park to juggle by ourselves, and then eventually, yes, pass clubs together like the old times. Our next act is our last act in the first half of the show, and I'm really happy to introduce this act. Sebastian Berger is a co-founder of the Austrian contemporary circus company Fenfire. Sebastian Berger won the International Juggling Association's regional competition last year at the European Juggling Convention, so he basically won a juggling contest at the biggest juggling convention in the world. He's a real stand-up guy, and when he heard that we had moved our open stage online, he gladly submitted his video out of a sense of solidarity and mutual aid. This act is mostly about a technique called a fishtail, which is hard enough to do before you try to do it like this. Sebastian Berger, everyone. Sebastian Berger, everybody. We're going to take a little break, have a short intermission. Concessions are wherever you left them in your fridge. The bathroom is wherever it is located in your house or your friend's house or wherever you're watching this show from. Don't forget to hit that donate link if you're having a good time and you want to help keep circus spaces open and art like this getting produced in Bellingham. We'll see you in a few. Ranandela, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Our next act is also the second pole act of the show, for those of you watching Vaud-VIDEO-Ham to get your pulse on the variety artist scene in Bellingham. This artist has been a staple of the Bellingham Circus Guild in recent times, running tech and facilitating meetings, while also, of course, producing acts. This is her performance from a recent Northwest Pole Symposium, so please enjoy Jax Russell.
Too long I've been breaking. Too long I've been crusading for you. Been so accommodating to your manipulating. But I had a revelation that's supposed to be. Now I know freedom was never yours to give to me. 'Cause I belong to you. Belong to you. I'm letting the lion loose, nothing to prove to you. I say, belong to you. Puppet on the scene. I'm no slave to your lips. I love my life and it's high time I live it. That's not how it should be. Now I'm holding my freedom. Don't gotta give it to me. 'Cause it's liberating. That's how it should be. The decisions I'm making, they're not yours to make for me. 'Cause I don't belong to you. I'm letting the lion loose, nothing to prove to you. I said, no, I'm in permission. I don't belong to you.
This next act is one of my favorites in this show for reasons that should become self-evident. It's a multimedia piece, sort of mixed media performance, entitled Ginger James Adds 2 Private Dancers, a Butler, and a Personal Trainer to Her Harem, starring Sergio Picasso. Enjoy.
We're 2 clowns trying to navigate this circus, cloaking ourselves in color, sparkling to blind the brutes and the hellions. We hope to illuminate, to bring some amusement inside your cranium. Not trying to imitate nature, trying to create my own world. My own men servants, private dancers, butler, personal trainer, and a bad boy to take me for a ride. Hi, I'm introducing my private dancers. I hope you enjoy them. This is my personal trainer. I'm working with my personal trainer. It's fun. It's fun to work with my personal trainer. This is my butler. He brings me champagne. See you later. My bad boy's here to take me for a ride. Arrivederci.
Don't you just love art? The next act comes from the Vivarium, which is a show by a pair of Bellingham-grown artists, Ariel Schmidtke and Esther Demonteflores, who have gone long and far and always come back to Bellingham like so many of us do. It's always a pleasure to see them out in the world or back here in town, and I was really happy to see them come into the artist intake form for this month's Vaud-Bellingham, showing a feat of shadow puppetry and stop-motion animation interpreting the poetry of Mary Oliver.
Hey all, it's PJ from the Bellingham Circus Guild. I'm here to introduce the next piece. It's from an artist named Noelle Akoba. Noelle Akoba is an aerialist from LA. I had the chance to meet her in 2018 at the Southern Fried Circus Festival. I was on a panel that got to work with artists showcasing their work, and I was just blown away. So I asked if I could submit her newest work for Vaud-VIDEO-Ham, and of course she gave a permission. So it's two parts. The first part is her highlighting her new work where she is working to uncover and unveil the prevalent racism in circus culture. And the second part is her rope act that I will let her tell you via video what that's about. So, without further ado, Noelle Akoba.
I'm back! Hi, my name is Noelle and welcome back to my channel. Before I dive into today's video, I do want to acknowledge that every circus studio and training space that I have ever been a part of and have always felt welcomed. And I do want to thank the coaches who believed in me and the companies and individuals who have put my art on stage. Today is a very different sort of video than I normally put out. Today I wanted to share with you just one of the many experiences I have faced with racism in the circus industry. But mainly I want to focus on how we can enact change toward racial equality. And for the first time, I want to share with you my full rope act that I created last year because I believe that it is relevant to the time that we are in, and I will explain to you more about why later. I do not want to take away from the experiences of Black people. I stand in solidarity with them. I put down resources in the description box below. There are many stories of racial injustice that I have heard from others in the industry, but those are not my stories to tell. You will hear more from me and other people of color within the industry in my future documentary. And you never really know with me, it may be more than just one documentary. Especially since diversity and representation is a topic that I am very passionate about. Today, I am sharing with you my experience as a minority in the circus industry. So, this was a few years ago and I was going to my first circus audition. I had just quit physical therapy school and I was truly just jump-starting my career as a circus performer. And so I go through this whole audition and one of the casting people says to me in his French accent, but I can't imitate a French accent, but I'll share with you the words that he said. He said to me, "You are like a flower and all the bees come to you. You are mesmerizing and it's like there was no one else around. You have such a bright future in circus. You have so much potential." And I was like, wow, I'm killing it. I was so excited because I had just dropped out of school. I didn't know what I was doing. And someone from a big circus company said I was on the right path. And so that gave me a lot of hope. Then I would speak to the main casting director. And he said to me, "You got the skills." I was like, ooh, I got the skills. I love your personality. Ooh, he likes my personality. But you don't have the right look. I remember during the audition, he had made a comment about why my thighs are so large. And so when he said that I didn't have the right look, I thought it was purely from a body type standpoint, which is a different issue and which isn't good either. But I have heard that in the entertainment industry, it is a lot about how you look and if you can fit a costume. So I thought that was just this case. Until I started speaking to other artists. I met a friend who previously auditioned for the company. I shared with him my experience and he shared his experience about auditioning for the company as a male aerialist. They said that they loved his skills, but they are not hiring male aerialists who have a Mediterranean look. They are only hiring male aerialists who have a Caucasian look. I would later make a friend who is a Black acrobat who worked for the company. And his sole role was to tumble. If you learned other skill sets and became proficient at these skill sets, you could do other roles within the production and act as a backup. This dude is talented, learned other skills, became proficient at them, went to the director and said, "Hey, I can act as a backup for these other roles. Will you give me a shot and let me showcase these new skills for you?" The director said, "You are not the look that I'm going for those scenes." And all of the roles that my friend wanted to act as backup for, only Caucasians were hired for. What I mainly want to focus on is how we can enact change within the circus industry toward racial equality. And it starts with casting. If you're in a position where you hire circus artists for your company and you're woke, you don't have a specific look that you are going for in your ensemble, I please ask that you always keep in mind your unconscious bias. And I ask you as a casting director to think about your unconscious bias within the hiring process. And I also ask circus companies who preach diversity to really look at their casts in past productions to see if there's truly diversity and how you can improve moving forward. If you are in a hiring position for a circus company and you are looking for a specific look for your ensemble, say you want everyone the same height, you want everyone to have a similar body type, and maybe you're casting someone for a specific role and you do care about what the color of their skin is, I respectfully ask that you please change your mind. I ask that you take a look around you and see the diversity of the world and intentionally seek out productions that have a diverse cast for inspiration. Off the top of my head, I ask that you go watch Hamilton, which is this beautiful Broadway musical, and apparently it's streaming on Disney Plus next month. Whoa. You can see how wildly successful a show can be with truly a diverse cast. And I make this call to action directly towards circus companies, and I hope you understand the weight of the responsibility that you hold and the power that you have to create a positive impact on the world. I ask that my fellow circus artists out there call out racist or discriminatory hiring practices. And I ask that if you're an audience member at a circus show and you don't see a diverse cast on stage, and maybe there's even cultural appropriation within the show, I ask that you contact the company, email them, phone call them, and make it known that you're upset. And obviously there are way more actionable steps to be taken. If you have ideas on how we can combat racial inequality in circus without tokenizing people of color, please leave comments down below and feel free to message me on Instagram. And in my future documentary, I will be interviewing Black and other people of color within the circus industry about how we can enact change through their own perspective. And now I'd like to present to you my act called Le Cheval Noir, which means the dark horse. Which, surprise, it's about me and my story. It's basically about how I chose to rise up time and time again through obstacles. And I want to share with you my secret on how I am able to rise up. As a minority, I have never seen myself represented on stage. And I am committed to making sure that future generations of minorities will never experience that. My hope is that every audience member will feel represented on stage. I am committed to fighting for this, and I hope that you will join me. When you watch this act, I hope you feel empowered to pursue your purpose and to use your voice for good. I hope that you feel empowered to fight for what's right and for others. And I hope that you will always feel empowered to fight against racial inequality.
For the first time, I had hope. J'avais de l'espoir. I quit school to become a performer. J'ai quitté l'école pour devenir une performeuse. Ma famille était dévastée. Everywhere I turned, someone was giving me a reason not to pursue my dream. They said my thighs are big, my skin color is dark. J'étais trop vieille, et je suis trop petite. I started doubting myself. Can I actually do this? Est-ce que je peux faire ça?
Thanks again to Noelle Yacoba for that insightful and passionate act. That's been our show, everybody. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us again this month. We really hope to be back in-person shows really soon. We all really, really miss seeing and hearing you every month, if not more frequently. Again, if you liked the show and you want to keep art like this alive in Bellingham, if not the world, then please use that donate link below in the video description and throw us a bone. It would really help us keep our lights on, our toilets flushing, and all that, because otherwise we're just doing this with dues right now. You can hit up our website at bellinghamcircusguild.com and get on our newsletter so you can get some information about how we're going to reopen and what we're going to be doing in the future, as well as some other stuff that guildies are doing here and around the world, like the World Juggling Day show this Saturday. And yeah, otherwise keep it locked to our website and our Facebook page, and keep doing like you do. Stay inside and use your PPE and all that kind of stuff. We're going to be back in the Circ Lab before we know it, everybody. We'll see you next month, one way or the other, every 15th.
Taka